We have the little acorn woodpeckers here. They get these acorns off the oak trees, peck a little hole that they'll just fit in, and shove them in there so they can get them when they need them. Some of them are missing here, but pretty much all those holes either have or have had acorns shoved in them. There's another acorn in that one, and that's just an empty hole. Some more little holes they pecked and acorns in them. Another acorn in that one. We're still working on the house at Woodburn. It's a rental house, and we're fixing it up, getting it ready to rent again, and we've almost got it, except for the lawn. A friend from California has stopped by on his way through, and so we decided to take the nice sunny afternoon off to go to Sauvie's Island Game Reserve up near Portland, Oregon. Sauvie's Island is about a 1-hour drive for us, and we have to go through the city of Portland. We go under the tramway from the Oregon State Medical School up above, and then we'll head down the Columbia River as soon as we get through the city of Portland, Oregon. Portland may not be the largest city, but it's still plenty big and still plenty of traffic on the freeway as we move past the skyscrapers and on down to the Columbia River and then down the Columbia River a ways. And we see some amazing bridges. Since Portland has the Willamette River running through it, and also the Columbia River is the border between Oregon and Washington, so there are many bridges, and each of them are different and very interesting. So we'll get on one of these bridges and go on down the Columbia till we come to Sauvie's Island. The traffic is only moderate today, so that's fine with us. I don't like going through here on rush hour traffic. And then we can look down and see the Willamette River below us and many drawbridges down below us. Since Portland is, and it always has been, a major seaport, there's some very interesting things in the old part of Portland dealing with their maritime history, but we're not going to have time to do that today, so we'll just head right on out and take Highway 30 down towards St. Helens and across another bridge, and we'll be at our final destination on Sauvie's Island Game Reserve. Some of the bridges are quite new with the new style architecture, while others are quite old, but still there are plenty of them since the river runs right through it. Portland at one time was called Stumptown because they carved Portland out of some hills that were covered with huge trees. We'll soon take the exit off the freeway and this'll be the last we see of freeways. Now we'll be on Highway 30 as we make our way down towards St. Helens. Past the old Montgomery Ward building and some real old buildings here, the old Union Railroad station will be coming up pretty soon, and it's a very old, familiar landmark for many people in the Portland area. We go through the city most of the way from Portland, and Sauvie's Island is fairly close to Portland, so the people from Portland use it for a playground. They come out there to ride their bicycles, and also there's some really good farming areas there, so they come out there and pick fresh fruit, you-pick style. And there's a nice beach on the Columbia River, even one that's close optional beach. And for the people who think the close optional beach might be pretty crazy and pretty risky, they have a very good code of conduct. No one ever gets out of line there. If someone were to, somebody would stop them in a hurry. So we're heading right out. We cross over a bridge, and then we're on Sauvie's Island. We move through some wooded area where the Game Commission, it's Game Commission land, and then lots of some of the best farmland you've ever seen. This place floods, so there are dikes everywhere. There's a dike right between us and the mighty Columbia River. Right across this dike is a beach that's called Social Security Beach. We see a lot of osprey here. They nest on the island. Since there's lots of water here, it's right, it is an island, and so there's lots of water with plenty of scrap fish and every other kind of fish that swim around it. And out in the Columbia, of course, there's salmon runs come up through this area. And there it is, the mighty Columbia River, and there's a beach there where you can go, and here's another beach. Not for the faint-hearted, I guess, but it's a good code of conduct, and you can go down there and just wear a smile if that's what you want, or you can wear clothes if you so desire. But there are plenty of other beaches here where you can wear where you have to wear clothes. So we're brave. Why don't we just go down and check out the clothing optional beach? When we get there, we find this old ferro cement boat that's been here for years. It was drifted up here in the floods, and there it sits. They call it the spaceship. It's a 3-hull ferro cement boat, and the graffiti artists have totally painted it with some good art and some tasteless art, I think.
Yeah, right.
Sit in the water.
Concrete
keeps
getting harder and harder. Yeah. Oh, they've got a sign there, huh? What does it say, Robert?
It says the 31-foot paddle wheel was built in Hubbard, Oregon by engineer Richard Ensign in '73. Took him 2 years, cost $10,000. It could sleep 12 people and had a wood stove.
Wow.
Wow, look at that.
Does it say what the fate of it was?
It was launched on the Willamette River, went through the locks at the falls, and it was front page of the Oregonian. It was dubbed the floating saucer. It was probably left here by by the 1996 flood.
Oh.
Oh, look at that.
That's interesting.
It has been sold several times, and there have been numerous attempts to refloat her, but no one can seem to get her back out to the Columbia River. So here's where she sits, and I think that it's probably deteriorated enough now that she'd never float again. There's even someone has built a little ramp going up into it, and I understand at one time there was a fella that lived in it in the summertime. It looks like it would be kind of a nice place to live. It might be a little breezy right now, since it's totally open in the rear, but still it would work.
Yeah, there was even an old homeless guy lived in this for a while.
Oh, I can see why.
Yeah.
And I guess this was the wood-burning stove right here.
Yeah.
Well, this had to be a sailboat. Right? Or no?
They said paddle wheel, didn't
Well,
they?
it did. It said paddle wheel.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, it's steel and cement is what this is made out of. Ferro cement, I think it's called.
Yeah. And they had a...
Tide right now.
That feels nice.
Yeah.
Well, can you fish out here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of times there are people fishing. On a busy day, you might catch a mermaid.
A what?
Fish hawk.
Fish hawk. Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't see that many of the bathing beauties out there just wearing a smile, and even had we seen them, we couldn't have taken a picture of them. That would probably be against some rules. But we did see a nice osprey sitting up on a limb waiting for a fish, and then we saw a tug pushing a really big gravel barge up the river. They get this gravel downriver and they ship it up in huge barges, and then some merchant ships were moving up and down the river. Sometimes there's a lot of boat traffic big boat traffic up and down the river, but we didn't see that much today. We were trying to figure out what this ship was and where it was from, but we had no luck figuring it out. It was probably going into Portland to get a load of something. But anyway, we've been here a while and got to see the beach, and it's not a bunch of crazies or kooks. It's respectable people that show up here, and a lot of professional people. It's more the back-to-nature people that love the sunshine. There's supposed to be a colony of blue heron nests here on the island someplace, but I haven't found it yet. The only thing we found in the way of nests were plenty of osprey nests, and I'll have to find out where the blue heron rookery is and get some pictures of it later. But anyway, it gives us a chance to look this wonderful farmland over. It's very productive. Columbia River silt here. There's a pile of silage with tires holding the plastic on it as we move around the island. Some of it is privately owned, and a lot of it is game commission owned. There's even a group of sheep on the island, grazing away in lush green pastures. And there's a lot of strawberries, and even here we see a bunch of peach trees. And some of these orchards with the peaches and other things in it are open for you pick. and lots of people from Portland come out here to ride their bicycles around and around the island. Well, now it's time for us to leave the island and go back across the Sauvie's Island Bridge, back through Portland and back home and to work again. All traffic waiting to go across St. John's Bridge.
And we're not going that way.
No. Fortunately.
Wow, that's great.
Look at them up on the bridge.
Well, I don't see them bumper to bumper, but...
Yeah, we'll go
So
towards...
you want me to go
Salem.
Beaverton?
Yeah. That's the old Union Railroad. That's the Union Railroad station. There's the downtown Portland.
Oh. Okay, so I gotta merge one more time. Yeah, we're gonna do this. Yeah, just merge up here. Like right in here. Come on, dude. Drive the car.
Yeah.
Jesus, you don't need to park behind the other one. California drivers.
Yeah, California. Yeah. Well, we had a great sunny day and enjoyed our trip out to Sauvie's Island, and the traffic wasn't terrible bad.